there are more stars than we can count. Now, we think we have an estimate, which we'll talk about after, but that's just crazy. More stars than we can count. So we can see millions of stars. We can see many, many galaxies. And we can only estimate that there are tens of sextillions stars in the universe. That's tens of 10 to the 21. Think about how big that is. And those are just the stars. But just like everything else, we want to be able to group them into categories. So how do we do this? When we look at a star, we look at the brightness, its color. Now its temperature and its color go hand in hand. Its chemical composition, its size, i.e. radius, and its mass. And we think we have an idea of the life cycle that a star goes through from birth all the way to death. Okay, so we have to talk about something called parallax if we're going to talk about distance. So the parallax is the shift in the star's position according to how we see it, right? The old trick, if you hold your finger out, right, one finger, hold it arm's length away from you, close one eye, close the other eye, it looks like the finger moved, right? Well, the finger didn't actually move, it was just which eye you were looking at out of. So it's kind of the same thing with the star. The star is kind of that finger, and then we got to look out both eyes. Well, in order to do that, we have to look at it, 6 months apart. So January, July, and February, August, whatever it is, but 6 months apart. So you have to look at it twice a year, and you can see from the picture how it looks like it moves. Well, given that and then do some geometry, you'll be able to figure out how far away the star actually is. Alright, so the parallax is measured in angles, okay, arc seconds, not degrees. Now, the interesting thing is the smaller the angle, the further away the star is. Right? So the smaller the shift that it moves, the further away it is. And you can kind of do this if maybe you look at one thing that's really close to you, and then you look at something further away in the house or office or wherever you are, and you can see that the shifting of the angles has not changed as much as the one closer to you. Now, another thing to talk about when we talk about parallax is the parsecs. Right, so 1 parsec is 3.3 light years. Well, what's a parsec? A parsec is how we measure the distance. And so 1 parsec is 1 over the parallax. Okay, so the bigger the distance, the smaller the parallax. The smaller the parallax, the bigger the distance. Right, so they're inversely related, and that's all that equation is saying, is that they're inversely related. If you want, you can go to this website here. I left it in there for you because it kind of shows you how this relationship works. You can put numbers in and play with that.